Hello, welcome to Mercy House Global. I'm so excited to welcome you into this beautiful organization. We are excited about your interest, your desire to volunteer at our nonprofit. Mercy House Global is a 501c3 ministry that works to empower vulnerable families with opportunities that create hope. We do this in so many different ways, and we really depend on our volunteer workforce to help us move a lot of product out the door, fair trade product that empowers and creates dignified jobs for these vulnerable families. We have a beautiful set of core values that are an integral part of who we are, and our volunteer base shares many of those, and we want you to know that we really value collaboration, working together. There's no small job at Mercy House Global. Everything that volunteers do and employees and all of our partners helps move this mission forward to come alongside the world's most vulnerable people. We believe that Jesus is first. We are a faith-based organization. We welcome people from all walks of life, any religion, any past experiences. We want this to be an open place where you can learn and work together. But we are a Jesus First organization, and this entire place is an act of obedience, and we're trying to glorify Him in all that we do. We go above and beyond, and this isn't just for me or for those who work here, but above and beyond and doing everything with excellence. So it's so important when our volunteers come in and they are packaging fair trade product, or they're putting stickers on candles, whatever that job is, we want to do it with excellence. So we're counting on you to be our eyes and our hands, and making sure that the quality is great, so you're part of that quality control process. We do everything with integrity, and we are a scrappy group of people. One of our core values is scrappy because we're constantly pivoting and working hard to be innovative and creative and reach people for the kingdom. We have a positive attitude, and these core values really shape who we are. And we are so glad that you're here, and I'm sure that you embody some of these, if not all, or you wouldn't be here today. Our volunteer philosophy, and this is part of our overarching goal, is for every volunteer to feel a part of the work of Mercy House. We consider volunteering, it's the only really part of Mercy House that's both on the logistics side of our organization and the ministry side, because we really believe that as much as we need you, we believe that you need us, because when we spend our time and our resources and our energy helping other people, we also receive something in return. So we value our volunteers, because not only do you help us physically get all those packages prepared every month and get them out the door, you become a part of the story. And so many of the items that you touch when you volunteer here have been touched by hands from across the ocean. And our philosophy is that the more hands that touch the product, the more empowerment happens. And empowerment isn't just for vulnerable people, it's also for us. I know after you volunteer, you feel good about yourself. You feel like you're connected to something bigger. It gives us purpose. It reminds us that even on a bad day, when we go and volunteer, we can contribute to making someone's day better. So volunteering gives us perspective. And so part of that philosophy is as many hands touch a product, the more impact there is. And so you become a part of that cycle when you volunteer at Mercy House. You're touching product that was grown, maybe sisal was grown in a field in Kenya, and it was harvested, and it went through all the processes that a farmer takes a crop through, and then it's dried, and then it ends up in the hands of our basket weavers who sit in a slum in Nairobi, Kenya, and they take that dried sisal and they weave it into baskets. And one basket takes 30 hours to weave, and they use the money from that basket to provide for their family, to put dinner on the table. And then that basket is shipped here to the USA, and it touches a volunteer's hands as you put a tag on it or you package it and you ship it out the door to the buyer. And so together we are better and we are connected. So the more hands that touch the product, the more impact there is. When you serve at Mercy House Global, you can always count on an encouraging environment, a place where we lift each other up, we're positive, we understand that no job is too small, and together we are functioning as a whole to empower these vulnerable families. We're so glad you're here. We hope that you'll come back, that you will make serving at Mercy House Global a regular part of your day. And this is an entry, this is the first step. We have various volunteer opportunities and hours, but we hope that you'll make serving a regular part of your family's mission. We love having kids. We try to come up with kid-friendly projects. We welcome groups. We can schedule individual time for large groups. And so we need you. And I think we are a light in this community, and this community needs us. And so thank you so much for volunteering. And I hope this is the beginning of a beautiful relationship where not only do you volunteer and physically help us get things done, but you also shop here at Mercy House and buy gifts for your family that are fair trade, and you consider investing more than your time, even your resources, into the great work that is happening here. We are better together, and we're so grateful that you are volunteering here at Mercy House Global.
Mercy House Global exists to empower vulnerable families in Jesus' name. We do this by creating opportunities that provide hope. Friends and family gathered around a dining room table and were the original volunteers that first year. In 2011, local volunteers came twice a week to the Founders Garage to help the ministry. During our fourth year, we launched a subscription club with 100 members that help sell the product created in our programs. Today, there are 5 club options, all packed by volunteers. The original box, earring of the month, bracelet of the month, Grace Case, and Grace Flame. These provide thousands of jobs annually for marginalized women in 30 countries. Our clubs not only provide dignified jobs in every box, the profits support rescued teen moms at Rehema House in Kenya. Mercy House Global moved from the garage to a metal shed in the Founders' backyard to a small warehouse in Magnolia, and then onto the Big Red Barn on 1488 for 6 years. In 2022, Mercy House Global relocated to a beautiful warehouse and office space on Tamina. Every month, volunteers open, count, tag, package, label, and ship approximately 4,000 subscription boxes. Volunteers also assist with packaging and quality control of products manufactured by Mercy House Global. We count on volunteers like you to rearrange, recount, and review product, and most importantly, to remember that every product that passes through your hands was started in someone else's. Each product represents opportunity for a better life. There is a person behind every product, and that is our passion at Mercy House Global. We see volunteering as a vital ministry of Mercy House Global. The impact of the hours and service you bring to this nonprofit are critical. The handmade product that moves from artisan hands to yours is an important part of our process to empower vulnerable families. Simply put, the impact that Mercy House Global volunteers are making around the world is immeasurable. We need you because the world needs you. Thank you for volunteering at Mercy House Global. We are all more alike than we like to think we are different. We find ourselves where it's too often considered a radical, dangerous act to simply see our shared humanity. But in actual fact, maybe it's far more dangerous when we can't see that. What if we leaned in and listened to voices and stories and sat with the hope that we are family, not because we have the same nationality, but because we bear the image of the same God? What if we were a society that wasn't so profoundly image conscious, but was more profoundly conscious of the image of God in each other? What if we were less devoted to protecting a certain image and we were more devoted to protecting the image of God in each other? What if we took the time to honestly ask ourselves, why in the world are we all born where we are born? Where we live has to mean more than getting something. It has to mean that to those who have been given much, much will be required. It has to mean that those who have privilege can't live indifferently, but are meant to live differently, so others can simply live. It has to mean that we are living meaningful lives only if we are helping others to get meaningful lives. What if instead of winning this rat race by obtaining new, better, best, we stopped to really see those we are passing by and decided to give? We wouldn't have less, we would have more. Winning is not always about shining the brightest. Sometimes it's about sharing the light with someone who has been waiting in the shadows all along. At Mercy House Global, our passion is the people behind the products. It's time we see them. It's time we illuminate our sameness instead of our differences. It's time we share the light.